Hi guys, welcome to What I Ate Wednesday, where I show you all the vegan things I ate yesterday. The day started with a cup of herbal tea, which seems to be my usual thing these days. This one is chocolate orange, and when you open the package it smells just like a Terry's chocolate orange, which would be awesome, except that this is tea. That makes you wish it was not tea. I'm a bit conflicted on this one, to be honest. For breakfast, I went for a breakfast pudding very much like my strawberry breakfast pudding that I've posted before, only this one was with frozen mango and maple syrup. I probably should have defrosted the mango a little bit to help the blender along, but it all came out creamy and delicious in the end. Topped with some hemp seeds, some sliced strawberry, and a bit of tangy strawberry dust, which is just blended up dried strawberries. It was like eating a decadent frozen yogurt for breakfast, only better. For lunch, I had some leftover soup from the night before. This is cream of broccoli with cashews and flour as the thickener. Alongside that, I have some toast made from French bread and topped with some seitan that I made over the weekend, and tomato. It's a new recipe that I'm working on, and I'm really hoping to share it soon, but it's not quite ready yet. Speaking of seitan, Cherry Mojita and Vegan Beauty and the Treats from Instagram both made my stuffed seitan roast, and gosh, they look good. My dinner was nowhere as impressive looking, but it was still very tasty. I started with brown rice first, as it takes a while to cook. Then I minced up some garlic. I usually use a garlic crusher, but it was in the sink and I was too lazy to wash it. Plus, it's kind of fun to smash things once in a while. Next, I chopped up some pressed tofu. Click here if you want to see how I press the tofu to get as much moisture out of it as possible. It hasn't been marinated, so I'm going to use a cheater method to make the tofu super flavorful fast. Add cubed tofu to a pan and spread it out a bit. Then I added a half cube of bouillon and then changed my mind, only using half of that so the tofu doesn't get too salty. Add about a half cup of water and make sure the bouillon is in the water. That probably helps. The bouillon cube will dissolve in the water as it comes to a boil, then the super strong broth can seep into every nook and cranny of the tofu. With that bubbling away, it's time to start the bok choy, which is only going to take a few minutes to cook. Click here to see my how to cook bok choy video if you're not sure how to cook this Asian green. In a hot pan, I'm dropping a little bit of oil and the minced garlic. After a few seconds, the garlic will start sizzling and it's time to add the washed and separated bok choy. Now I don't have a lid to fit this pan, so I'm using another pan as a cover. Don't forget to add a little water, which will steam up in there to cook the bok choy. Now back to the tofu. The broth has pretty much boiled away, so I'm just going to stir this tofu around a bit to get the sides to brown up somewhat evenly. Now is a good time to taste the tofu and add any additional seasonings. I love spicy food, so I'm adding a sprinkling of cayenne powder and white pepper. It seems a quarter cube of bouillon was not quite enough saltiness, so I added a few drops of soy sauce. Stirred that around a bit. Then I turned the heat down to medium-low to further dry fry the tofu while the bok choy finishes up. It's just been a few minutes and the bok choy is about done. I'm adding soy sauce to add a little salt and red chili pepper because, well, why not? Stir that around a bit and it's done. And that was dinner. Brown rice seasoned with a little hot chili sesame oil, some lightly spicy bok choy, which is still one of my favorite vegetables of all time. It is so easy to get 3 cups of greens in when it's made like this. And finally, our savory, delicious dry-fried tofu, which is a little bit crispy, a little bit chewy, and still juicy on the inside. This was a darn tasty dinner. So that was my food day. How was yours? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Bye for now.